Hi and welcome to our live event. I'm so excited to share yet another amazing idea with you from my upcoming book called Partners to Marketing System. It's due to be released in this quarter. So if you're interested, you can pre-order it on Amazon in a couple of days. But what I'm trying to do with this event is try to explain what I'm saying in the book and see if it is something that resonates with you and something that you would like to explore uh, as an opportunity to improve your marketing and your revenue systems. Obviously, that's very, very important. So the title of today's event is Why Your Funnel is Built for the 3%. And that's a controversial title for a reason. I have done a lot of soul searching, digging, and based on my experience of funnel building for the past 15 years, I have noticed a very important flaw that exists in funnels, and that's actually that they don't serve your audience how they want to be served. So let's get started and let me explain what's happening there. So the problem is that most funnels, I would say 98 to 99% of them, have a single flawed assumption. And that means that your marketing strategy is built on a linear journey of your customers and like a generic audience behavior, which does not exist in 2025 because people want to be co-creators of their experiences. People want to be treated as individuals and they don't want to be put in a box. So only 3% of them will follow that linear path that you're setting out to them. And the rest of them will just not resonate with whatever you're sending out to them in the funnel. And this is huge. I mean, this is responsible for most of the funnel flows and flops I have seen and fixed personally in the past 15 years. It is a huge opportunity for people to realize that there is a flaw, we've got to fix it. And I designed the Partners to Marketing System with this knowledge to help you fix your funnel and take care of more than just the 3% of the audience. So the misconceptions in this funnel flow actually cost you conversions and hard cash as well, because you're missing out on qualified buyers because you are setting one strict criteria for them instead of letting them be a co-creator of the buying journey. So that's the main thing I'm talking about in the book. That's only one theme. So by the way, this is just a tiny bit of one of the chapters, which is really action-packed. So it's don't think I wrote 500 words for you to fall asleep on. It is a very action-packed and concise book that you can read in one sitting probably, and you can take the action at the end of every chapter and improve your marketing immediately. So basically what we are trying to fix here, just to recap, is to make your funnel or your marketing revenue system follow the path your customer wants to follow instead of trying to force them to follow the path you set for them. I hope it is quite clear from this introduction. So next, we've got the linear path illusion, and that is so bad. So on the image, you can actually see that is actually where we want people to go. But there's so many distractions, and I talk about this in the book quite a lot. There's digital distraction and so much social media and other type of content that people are just never going to follow that linear path anymore. They will be distracted, and your job is to follow them wherever they go. So, from awareness to consideration decision, you think they go like that, step by step, but they don't. What they do is, oh, actually, this is something, but oh, I heard about something else. Oh, that person might be better for me. So they go back into the awareness stage. So how do you keep engaging with them? You can't do that with a linear funnel. It's physically impossible. Um, the real world is messy, especially in 2025. You've got AI results, you've got distractions, you've got so much information. People suffer from information overload as well. So people will actually not follow that path. So you're ignoring all those wiggles on the side, and that leaves you with the 3% of the business you could get. And that's just not good enough. In 2025, where marketing budgets should deliver a really good return on investment, because we've got AI, we've got intelligence, we can collect data about our customers, it absolutely should not happen. So don't ignore the 97% of your potential customers, because it it will actually make your business much weaker and your revenues will go down. So your return on investment could be double, tripled if you actually took advantage of reaching out to the 97% and converted some of them. So let's get moving on to the next slide. And in this part, I would like to tell you a story. As I said, I have built quite a few funnels, and we do get quite a lot of inquiries regarding funnel marketing. Um, so recently we have had an art school reaching out for us, and they were doing really well on social media. They had a course funnel and they had everything pretty much there. That situation can be described how I describe some of the businesses I work with. They've got all the assets, but they are scattered everywhere. So just imagine a jigsaw where you don't have the pieces put together. That's where they were. So they went to an agency before they reached out to us, and they said £15,000 for the funnel. That's one ad, one landing page, one course. Now the client had about 7 courses. So when I spoke to her and said, yeah, I do understand why you didn't like that agency. That's not a funnel, that's a flat line. And she got immediately what I meant by that. So that flat line was only catering for one specific client, one specific audience, anyone who actually wanted to buy that thing, instead of catering for people who would actually be interested in anything she offers and would love to engage with her. So unfortunately, most of the funnel building companies follow this structure. However, I don't, and that's the reason for developing the Paternoster marketing system. So if that story resonated with you and it does sound familiar, then I believe that you're suffering from one of these symptoms that I have seen in the past 15 years. especially in the UK markets. US clients have a different attitude towards funnels and automation and return on investment, and they are less risk aware than UK clients based on my experience. So, what happens when you build a flat line, like I described in the previous content? So, what happens is that you will have a feast of famine pipeline. It means that you will have unpredictable revenue, inconsistent peaks and troughs. You you won't have a reliable system. Another thing I noticed with these flatline type of funnels is that it's leaving a lot of money on the table. So you will spend a lot and you're not going to get enough returns to break even or to make a profit. Um, Also, your conversion rates are going to fluctuate, and that's just not good enough. We want a system that's like a paternoster lift, so people can go in and out. It never stops, and it always stops on the floor where you're right now. That's the whole idea behind the paternoster marketing system. You will also find that you will have disappearing leads. So let's let's imagine you're trying to put them on that straight line and they are wobbling around. They just decide that flat line and that straight line is not for them. What's going to happen? They're just going to ghost you. They will say, sorry, that's not what I signed up for. I don't actually like that method, and I don't think we connect. So they're going to give you the cold shoulders, um, especially if you don't follow up. But obviously, some of the funnels will follow up, but they won't personalize the follow up. And finally, you're going to have the constant hard sell, which is something I really, really hate. I mean, I never ever hard sell any client. And most of the time, people actually come to me saying, can I sign up? And can I sign up for 12 months as well? Because by the time they come to us, they are convinced that what we offer is exactly what they need. But that takes a lot of communication and an evergreen system, which is the paternoster marketing system. Uh, so just to clarify, I can see so many people on social media complaining, I don't have enough traffic, I need more leads. Let me get this straight. It's not a traffic or a copy problem. The problem is in your system's architecture. And if you don't have an architect to design your house, it's just going to be a bunch of bricks everywhere. So you do need to take care of the foundations of the house first. That's what I'm saying. So let's take the gift shop metaphor that I'm using in the book as well. So imagine that your gift shop is full of unique handmade items. All of them have a specific value and uniqueness about it. So imagine a sign in a window saying, if you're not here to buy that specific vase right now, please leave immediately. That's exactly what flatline funnels are communicating to your audience. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So obviously, it, no business owner in their right mind would do that. But unfortunately, lots of business owners do that in their online marketing, and that has to change. So a linear single outcome funnel does this to 97% 97% of your potential market. Just imagine 97% of untapped potential. Uh, Either immediate commitment or leave the shop. And that's not good for your reputation, not good for your bottom line, and it's definitely not good if you would like to grow your business. Right. I have told you why traditional funnels are flawed, and that's only one out of the 7 reasons I mentioned in my book. So I haven't even scratched the surface. Uh, so I'm just going to give you the solution because that's why you're here. So from funnel, which is a really good thing to be honest, and I have been building funnels for 15 years. So it is not something I go against. However, funnel has become a swear word in digital marketing, just like SEO 25 years ago. So loads of people talk about it. It's a little bit like sex. Loads of people talk about it, but the people who talk about it know nothing about it. So that's pretty much the same with funnels. So what I'm saying here is that the ecosystem needs to be developed instead of the funnel. So the funnel needs to be integrated into your sales, customer service, and other areas of your business. And that's what the partners marketing system does. And that's exactly what my revenue system architecture service will offer when I launch it, which is next month. So there you go. Uh, so the rigid linear funnel is broken, and it's time to stop building flat lines and creating a revenue ecosystem, or I call it a revenue systems architecture. So it's like a blueprint for maximizing your market potential at the lowest possible price. So in our new program, which is the Revenue Systems Architecture program, we always state maximum profit, minimum bottom line, and maximum bottom line and minimum effort, so minimum friction um, per se. So what I mean by that is you need to make user journeys as good as they can be. So it's a dynamic, flexible system, and it will actually follow people on their path instead of forcing them into your path, catching them exactly when they are ready to make a purchase. So I love this picture. I am obsessed with Costa Rica. I think I'm going to move there when I'm finished with projects I'm doing in the UK, because I just love how different species interact and how they help each other. And that's exactly how your revenue ecosystem should work. So the old way and the new way, just to compare the solution with the problem. The flat line will be built for the 3%. It's linear and rigid. It has a one single outcome focus. This qualifies too early. It has high friction and sells a product. The revenue ecosystem is dynamic, flexible, nurtures diverse paths, cultivates trust. It is very low friction and it solves problems. So instead of selling products, it solves the problems where and when your users are having that. That's a philosophical shift everyone needs to embrace. So I promised you a blueprint, and that's what I'm delivering today. So we have talked about quite a lot of what's the flaws with the traditional model. That's only one of the topics from the book. And I'm giving you the full blueprint, which is like absolutely gorgeous. So the 3 pillars of a revenue ecosystem are a contrarian signal, so your unique VA that cuts through noise, because that's really important in 2025. Multiple on-ramps, so low friction entry points for buyers at any journey stage. So anywhere they are, you've got to find them when they are more receptive to your message. And it's not symmetrical, so it's consistent viable engagement, building trust and authority. We do have clients who came on board after 2 or 3 years. I'm not even joking. They were sitting on our list, checking what we are doing, and when the time was right, or we launched the right uh, program, or we launched the right offer, they got back to us saying, "Can I get on board?" So that's something you should not ignore. So that's your revenue ecosystem. It's built on these three pillars. I explain it in detail in the book, so I'm not going to go into much detail today. So first of all, contrarian signal. Uh, it is getting rid of the linear path. You're listening to the signals from your audience, where they are on that journey, and then you amplify your signal at that point. So everything you create, because videos, emails, should actually amplify that signal. So for example, a very simple example of that is when people visit a particular page on our site, we tag that in active campaign because we are active campaign partners. So when they visit that particular page, say, "Oh, can we help with this?" And we send an automated email, and it's not hard, but if you know what you are doing. So Signal is more than marketing, it's intellectual property. And what your audience is going to say at the end of it is, "Really, someone gets my problem. Yes, exactly, that's where I am. And that's where I need help." So the second pillar is building for rampons. 97% aren't ready for book a demo, book a meeting, or anything like that. So we are also school app partners. It happens to be, and platform partners and loads of other software companies have trusted us with their clients. So thank you very much again. And we were actually one of the first users of Score App. So we everything logged in, all the features. So scorecard or quiz is a really good relationship building uh, exercise. An article which is insightful and useful for the audience is another one. A video that makes an impact and makes them realize they've got a problem and there is a solution. Or a simple PDF. I can see high level coaches sending out a simple PDF that helps people out where they are, even if they are not ready to buy. And the last one is, it is kind of the hardest one to understand, the asymmetrical nature. So you have to consistently provide value, and that's what people who get impatient with their marketing get it wrong. That you can't be trusted, and you're not going to get people to just put their credit card details in and pay you 5, 6 figures unless they fully trust you and they are confident that you are the right person to solve that issue. So that is not something that you should ignore. So you always have to give more to create reciprocity. So, for example, what I see in the industry and what I see is another issue with traditional funnels is that, "Oh, you just give us your email address, we will just send you crap." No, We give her your email address. We promise that we are going to help you out no matter what. You can buy now, or you can just follow us until you are ready or convinced that we offer the right solution for you. That's how your attitude as the CEO or, or the founder of the company should look like instead of the quick topics. Because I don't know if I told you before, but the easy button does not exist. And whenever clients come to us saying, "Can you just press the button and make me money?" We just say, "Find someone else. I'm really sorry, it does not work." So if you're still looking for the easy button, you're probably wasting a lot of money, by the way, on old systems and hype and everything. I'm not here to give you the hype. I have researched this subject for a long time. And I know based on my experience that this works 100% if you implement it from the ground up. So funnel without follow-up is severely and if you don't have the right value in those follow-ups, it's gonna become a safe as well. So you've got to nurture your prospects until they are ready to take action. And if they're never ready to take action, that's absolutely fine too. You created value, you created ideas, you've got intellectual property. You can use that content and you have changed their mind anyway. They might say, "Oh, this is so valuable, I wish I could afford it. Let's save up this quarter for a time." You never know. You're not a mind reader, so you never know what they are thinking. That's why you always have to provide value. So, what's the outcome of implementing this system? Well, first of all, a strong signal. It attracts the right audience, multiple one ramps, so easy engagement. They don't need to commit. It asks for micro commitments. It's consistent, so it doesn't stop, just like the paternoster lifting never stops. And inevitably, you will make more sales. I'm not saying all of the 97% of your prospects are going to buy something from you. That would be too optimistic, and that would be on the high threshold. I'm just saying that if you leave the 97% on the table, you're leaving at least 2 or 3 times your revenue on the table. So diagnosis, that's very, very important, and that's where you should start. Actually, yesterday I just finished my brand new scorecard, which is being so that scorecard will highlight where you're failing, where you're not following the pattern of the system. So I will put a link in the video below, and you will be able to take that quiz with me. Hopefully, it will be useful for you to review your entire ecosystem. So, thank you very much for listening. I hope it did make sense. I did put the subtitles on because I do have a Hungarian accent, but that's not my superpower. Please do connect with me on LinkedIn if you would like to subscribe to our newsletter. Uh, and I will be more than happy to help you or send you the link to the brand new scorecard. And there is a complimentary free assessment available as well for people only. See you next time.